For more on the impact of this story, we're now joined by Saruhan Hatipoglu, CEO of Beri SA, an economic risk advisory firm based here in Washington. Thank you very much for joining us. Great to see you again.
It's a pleasure.
It's exciting. It's election day. There are a lot of decisions that will be made over the next, I guess, few hours that we'll know. But it doesn't change the fact that there are significant problems around the rest of the world, most notably, as you just heard, in Europe. The PMI, the manufacturing numbers that we look at, they have been weak. But the markets seem to be holding up relatively well. Are the markets being complacent?
Well, the markets are looking at the financial indicators as a short-term measure. If you look at the tracking indices for global economic recovery, the strongest element of it is the financial indicators. The real economic activity is down, confidence indicators are down. And I believe that I think the PMI number is one of the lowest since 2009 when the Lehman crisis was unfolding here. And that's not good news.
I was going to wait to ask you this until the end of the year, but since we've got you, is Europe better off today than it was at the beginning of the year?
I would have to give you a no answer in that without any hesitation. It is worse. And the reason for that is the Eurozone leaders are still fixated on the nominal fiscal deficit targets. It's not working. It's self-defeating. We're seeing this in Spain. We're seeing it in Greece again, where the debt ratio to GDP has been increasing. Is Greece accumulating more debt? It's not.
Is Greece going to make it the next year?
I don't believe Greece is, the probability of Greece exiting is increased quite a bit in the past month.
Does it matter if they leave at this point? I mean, haven't the market said, look, if Greece walks away, maybe this is good, we can all regroup?
I would say no to that too, because the Eurozone leaders didn't prepare the investors for this. If Greece leaves, there's going to be a problem in Spain, Italy, Ireland. And at the same time, there's going to be a lot of problem in Greece. People are saying Greece will be okay. The currency will be devalued. There's a new currency. Tourism will boom. Exports will boom. That's not going to happen. Exports are only about 9% of GDP. Tourism less than 15%. That's not enough for Greece to go back to the economic.
What happens in Europe does not stay in Europe.
Absolutely
it affects China. It affects the United States. Let's start with the effect on the Asian economies, including China. How do they view Europe?
Well, they view Europe, they're watching it with a lot of concern. We have clients from China and Taiwan and Singapore. They're asking us the same questions. What is going to happen here? But the good news in China is that we called it actually in January of this year that there's going to be a soft landing. And all the indications that we're getting is that it is working that way. It's going to be 7.5, 7.6% GDP increase this year. Exports are increasing. Gross fixed investment is doing okay. So China is actually good news for the emerging markets. I can't say the same thing for the BRIC countries.
Okay, what about from the U.S. as we look across the Atlantic and we look towards Europe? Parts of Europe remain strong, but parts are very weak. You mentioned a couple of those countries. How do investors here position themselves?
Well, investors here are very worried. We were actually
now, let me correct you, because the markets are doing very well. So when you say worried...
Worried, it's because it's a short-term indicator again. There's a lot of problems.
You're saying don't trust it.
Don't trust it at all. We're going to see more in 3 to 6 month period. The economic slowdown here, the IMF said that. The U.S. is causing psychological damage to this economy because of the fiscal cliff situation. And the Eurozone is causing tangible damage because of the fiscal deficit target measures that's leading to austerity measures in the Eurozone.
Saruhan, thank you very much for joining us on this very special election day.